Hello everyone and welcome to Frostpunk. This is a game that was released back in April of 2018 by a developer called 11-Bit Studios. It is a city building game as well as a survival game, and it's, in my opinion, a game worth getting. It is very addictive. I have played it quite a few times, and I'm going to do a playthrough with you guys. So I'm going to do a new home, and we get to watch this lovely little story about what's going on. It is a steampunk game, so
roam the still, cold world.
it's like a different universe.
No horizon in sight. The rulers of old, stripped of pride and glory. It feels as yesterday we were turning the wheels of progress. Until the frost stopped it all. Suddenly, without a warning. When tides had changed, they changed for all of us, no matter wealth or class. We've lost our world to snow, and with it, our last traces of humanity. We bid farewell to plenty, and for those who remained came the time to adapt. We decided to leave our homes and head north. We roamed for weeks, maybe months, leaving behind all the things we once believed had made us. It was hope that pushed us forward. Slowly, step by step. We knew the cost of our journey, and we paid the price 100 times. Finally, the time has come to build the last city on Earth.
So yeah, as you saw from the cutscene, everything was going well until out of nowhere it started getting cold, and it got so cold that it forced people out of London. So they moved up north to what you'll see soon, which is the generators that they built in specific locations to try and survive from the cold. So that's pretty much our job. Is to look after the generator and build up our civilization. So, a new home. We fled from London and crossed the sea to reach the frozen north. On the way, our convoy was hit by a blizzard and scattered. A handful of us managed to reach the site of this generator, only to find it frozen solid and abandoned. Why is no one here? Did any of our people survive the blizzard? Are there any others out there? Whatever we do, we should expect the worst now, and the world as we know it has crumbled. We must survive. So as you can see, they built this generator in a canyon, which just helps keep some of the cold away. We need to get the generator working. It provides heat and power to other buildings. Without it, we'll freeze to death. Stockpile some coal and start the generator. So I'm just going to pause it here, just to go over what we're seeing. So at the top, we've got our resources. First one's coal. So coal is to keep the generator running. Wood is for building structures. It is also used for research, which will appear here when we get the building for it. Steel is also for buildings as well as research as well. Steam cores is a resource that you cannot make. It is the only resource in this game that you cannot make. Later on we get scouts and we will go out into the wilderness to scout, and that is where you find some more. This is raw food, and then this is rations. So rations are made from raw food. So at the moment, one raw food gives us 4 rations. We've got our pause, play, faster and fastest. We got what's going on, so the time. So it's like work time at the moment. This is our kind of like our day tracker kind of thing, and we can see here that within just after 4 days, the temperature will drop by 2. So at the moment it is 20 degrees. So this will make it go down to 40. We can check the temperature of the area. So you can see at the moment everything's chilly. The people are warm at the moment. Down here it's warning us of things we need to do. So we currently got 80 people without a home. So we will build homes. This is our objective here. So stockpile at least 200 coal and then turn the generator on. We've got our build menu. It's all divided up with people, health, food, resources and tech. So this is our tents. Medical posts, which will help cure our people that get sick. People get sick by spending too long in the cold. So we need to make sure that they are warm. Food, so the cookhouse will turn the raw food into the rations. A hunter's hut is, as it says, a bunch of hunters will go out into the wilderness at night time and they will hunt for food and bring food back. Resources, so a resource depot is stockpiling some resources. This is a small one. A gathering post, so a gathering post, if I was to build one, as you can see it's got like an area of effect. So these are resources here. These are 2 wood piles and this is a steel pile. Up here these are 2 coal. So it gives you some resources to start off with. So if I was to build this here, for example, our people would gather the wood and steel. And finally is our tech, which is our workshop. So that's where we will get our research from. We have to build streets as well. Everything has to be connected to a street. Can't have something not connected to a street, otherwise it won't work. Because if I was to zoom in, you probably can't see it, or if you can, they've laid pipes in the street which are connected to the generator. So the streets are all streets are connected to the generator, which provides power to the buildings, and it also makes the streets warm, so our people survive while they're walking around outside, kind of thing. This one here is our book of laws. So we do have to pick a law every now and then. Our first one I'm going to pick is emergency shifts. So emergency shifts gives us the ability to click on a resource building and make our people work for 24 hours. As you can see here, we'll raise discontent, and it will also raise discontent slightly. But it is good in the form of if you need a resource and it's not the working hours, but you need that resource right now, you turn on the 24 hours and then they'll work through the night. So I am going to sign that off. This is like our resource management screen. So we've got coal, so at the moment we're not gathering any, but we're also not burning any. Wood is just how much wood we can store. So we're currently able to store 300 wood. Same with the steel. Steel's the same. Food is the same as the coal. So at the moment we are consuming 80 food a day, or 80 food rations a day. If there is no food rations, our people will eat the raw food. So you need to make sure you're converting the raw food as soon as possible. Health, just how many people are either sick or currently in treatment, or how many have died. And then of course how many people you need to house at the moment as well. This is like up here, this is their version of the tutorial, so it explains in detail what everything is. Down here is our people as well. So at the moment we've got 15 children. We've got 15 engineers, which are kind of like the smart side, of, like the smart people, if you will. So they're the only ones that you can put in the workshop to do the research, and then workers are workers. So we've got 50 workers as well. So you can click on these resource piles. You can allocate people to them, but it's not something I would recommend because it will make your people get sick. So what I like to do to start off is use gathering posts, and you want to make it as close to the center as possible, because if you do it all the way over here, you got to spend more resources to do the path, because you've got to do the path. So I'm going to make this as close as possible. It looks like there it's going to be the best spot. And then we're going to need some coal as well, so I am going to build one over here for the coal. So yeah, that looks like the best spot there. I won't build it just yet actually. So let's get our people to work. What we'll do is we'll build this path like that. So as you can see, I'll tell you what, the graphics on this are amazing. So they are digging up the snow, laying the path as well. So they are coming over here to build this. At the bottom, we've got hope and discontent. So you want to keep your hope as high as possible. If it gets too low, then the people will start to think about sending you away. Discontent is kind of the opposite. You want to keep it as low as possible. You don't want it to go all the way to the top. Otherwise, people are so angry with you. Again, they want to just kick you out. They don't want to make you mayor anymore. We do start off with a stockpile. So you can see they're building it. So we'll speed up the game just to let them build that. Now once the building is built, you're going to want to click on it, and then you want to assign some people to it. So we're going to assign 10 workers to here. So now as you can see that we're now getting 4.2 an hour wood and 2.0 an hour steel. And this, as you can see, that it says it's livable. So the people will gather these resources, but because we're using a gathering post, they will keep themselves warm. So they'll come here, get a bit of resources, come back, they'll warm themselves back up, then they'll come back out again, so that they have very low risk of getting ill by doing this. Where if I was to just do this and then click on this, it will make them sick, because as you can see here, the stockpile itself is chilly, which gives us a low. It is a low risk of illness, but with if you've got 15 people working on it, you will get people sick. It will just happen. So always start off with this gathering post. We've now got 15 wood again. So we're gonna go over here and build this now. Now I haven't done the path yet, but our people will still go in that direction to build it. So just speed up here. So I've got some more wood now, so I will now build this road. I'll speed it up so they can. Now it is getting near to the point where they will stop working, and it is becoming night time and our generator isn't on. We do need 6 coal to turn the generator on. So that's why I've got that that's why I got that emergency shift, because I'm going to activate it on this the moment this is built. From time to time you will get pop-ups like these. So these are like events that are happening. So no roof overhead. Captain, people are understandably concerned about the lack of shelter. They're falling ill from sleeping outside in the terrible cold. We better do something about it. So it's giving us some options here. So we have 2 days to provide shelter for 40 people, or we've got 2 days to provide shelter for 80 people, or we can say we won't address this. So if we say we won't address this, our discontent will rise up a little bit. If I was to say I'll provide homes for 40 people, then our hope will go up, but only slightly. Or if I say 80, it will go up quite a lot. Now, so this is like a promise to your people. So you do need to think about, can you keep your promise? Now, I know I can definitely keep my promise if I select this one, so I will definitely select that one. So let's speed this up. So we're going to turn this, and I'm going to turn this on. And we do have some wood now, so we'll start putting some tents down. So we'll get more wood the next day. We've now got enough coal, so we will now turn this on. So as you can see, the generator provides heat. Some of the snow has disappeared because it does like an area kind of thing. So we've got another thing here. Captain, when faced with demands, remember this: people usually look for the quickest solution, not the best one. You don't have to agree to everything they ask for. If you fix the problem your way, it's fine. So yeah, it's just letting us know that we don't have to do what we're told. It's up to us to make the final decision. So just let the generator warm up here to this level here. There we are. So if we now look at this, so you can see this whole area is nice and warm. Our people are comfortably warm as well. So this is enough to make them survive the night. This is. So we're going to fast forward to the next working day, because we need to start making some wood. So we now can introduce another law, and I'm going to get the one above the emergency shift, which is extended shifts. So building a city in the frozen hell requires a sacrifice. People will get more done if they work for longer shifts. So we will now be able to extend the work shift, so we can extend the working day to 14 hours instead of the I believe it's 8 till 5, something like that. So making them work overtime will cause discontent. It will make it go up slightly. This is better. Having this on is better than emergency shift. Emergency shift can kill people, where extended shift doesn't. So it's up here now. So that's the ability for emergency shift, and this is to change the work shift. So as you can see, yeah, it's 8 till 6. Sorry, 8 till 6. Well, this will make it 6 till 8. So we are going to turn that on. I can't do it on this building yet because of the ability. You can't turn the ability off once you've activated it. So you need to make sure, if you are going to use this, it's the final option for it. So we're going to speed up our game now. Now we do need to build a medical post, because as you can see here, our people are now starting to get sick. This is just because they have slept overnight. Even though it's warm here, they haven't got a home. So that's the only reason for that. And we're going to want to convert our food as well. The generator hums with reassuring warmth, but we shouldn't take it for granted. If the generator goes down, the city dies. Be mindful of coal reserves. Now food. There'll be no city if we starve to death. Secure a way to provide raw food and build a cookhouse to prepare meals. So yeah, if our generator does turn off, it is pretty much, I mean, your people might survive for a little bit, but you really don't want this to turn off. You need to make sure you are keeping an eye on your coal demand and supply. So what we're going to want to build now is the cookhouse, which is 20 wood. So we're going to just fast forward until we get 20 wood. We're not going to... oh yeah, if I look at this... No, it's not on that one, it's on this one. But yeah, no, it's fine. We will... I do want to build this then. I don't think I want to build it there. Now you have to be very careful of the roads here, because they are kind of cheeky. Like, I don't know if you saw it, but it made this cookhouse larger to accompany the road, where if I build it without the road there, it's made it smaller. So you do need to think about spacing as well. So I'm gonna build that there. I need 25 wood for that. Yeah, they're not getting wood, so I'm just going to quickly put people on here. It's okay to do it for a little while, just until you have the wood to put a street down. So we're going to put some people in here. So this will start converting the raw food into rations now, because as you can see, our people are eating the raw food. Now it's just going down because we're converting the raw food into actual proper food now. Now I am going to do emergency shift on here, just to get some more wood, because I need 25 wood. But I want to keep getting wood because it is going to get cold. I want to get houses before, hopefully before we hit this. So I'll just get a little bit more wood. So I'm going to get rid of that street again. I'm going to build a medical post. No, actually, yeah, I will build it over here actually. I'll put that street back. And I can't do it just yet. Yeah, I'm going to make it work overtime. So we can now do another law. And this one I'm going to... So this one's been split in two. So the first one's child labour. There aren't enough hands to do all the work. We'll allow children to be employed in safe workplaces like cookhouses or hothouses. So if I sign this law, we can make the children go to work. Hope will fall slightly, and there is a possibility that they will get injured. The other side is that they don't work. Children will be safer if they stay in child shelters during the day, and they won't cause any mischief. So I would have to build a building, which is the child shelter. I hope will go up, and it will provide a children with a place, which will also give us a permanent hope bonus. So this is one of the decisions you have to make. Do you make your children work to help out, or do you put them in shelters? Now you can also see that there are some more options here as well. So you got child labour all jobs, and then you got medic apprentices and engineer apprentices. So this, you know, you have to make the decision on what one you want. Now I will pick child labour, and we will make them work in the cookhouses and the hothouses. Main reason from in my point of view is this will help free up more of our people that can work in the other places, such as the gathering posts and the medical centres. So it does really help out in my point of view. See, I can now take these 5 workers off, put the 5 children in there. So I've now got 5 workers back. Yep, the emergency shot. The people are on their way here now, so you can see it's starting to fill up now. So we're going to fast forwards. We've got some people we need to put in here. Now, medical posts work 24 hours, no matter what. Always 24 hours. So you can see our 4 people that were infected or sick have now been moved into treated, which now appears at the bottom here, so they are being treated. You can click on the medical post and go to patients, and you can see here they're now being treated. It tells you the time as well, so it was quite a mild illness, so they'll be gone for about a day. And now that the 24-hour shift has come off of this, we're going to put this into extended. We've now got some more wood, so we'll now build some more homes. Now we do have quite a lot of people not working here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get 15 wood actually. Because there is another pile of wood and steel over here. And at the moment, we are not producing enough wood to meet our demand at the moment, especially before this cold comes in. So something's happened over here. So let's just click on this. Now this will always happen, no matter what. Most of the time it's either your first or your second emergency shift, but this will always happen, that someone will die. Okay, it's part of the game script, so this will appear at the start. So one of our people died suddenly during the emergency shift. We don't know what happened, but it's likely it was a heart attack. So we have a choice of either ending all emergency shifts, which will increase our hope, or we must sacrifice to survive so we can keep it going, and then discontent will rise. So we are going to say no, it's fine, it does happen, just keep going. And then it's just saying that this is our first step. One of our people just died, sickness, accident and deadly cold will keep claiming lives in the harsh world. We need a way to dispose of the body, so this is letting us know that we now that we have a dead body, we need now to have a means of disposing these bodies. So it's saying here we can open the book of laws. Now we can't get it just yet, but this is the area here. So we've got cemeteries, so we can even build the cemeteries. We will establish a burial ground so we can lay our dead people to rest with dignity and respect. So you know, we would have to build a cemetery. It'll make the hope rise, and it will also have no risk of diseases from unburied bodies. If we do this, when it does come to a burial, some of our people will not work for a few hours, and obviously, yeah, we have to build a cemetery. The other one is corpse disposal. So it is another building, snow pit. It's a snow pit, pretty much just a hole in the ground. We do have to keep it out of a heat source. Again, there's also no risks from diseases. Also, the bodies are preserved because of the intense cold as well. It does make hope fall, and it does make the discontent rise because people will want to bury their dead. So we'll wait until we get a book of law to do that. Just get. So because someone died, it's gone down by 1, so we've just got to put someone back on there really. We can put this on straight away. Now when it comes to building the road, you kind of want the streets, sorry, you kind of want to keep it in line with this line here. So there we are, we'll do that. So we'll speed things up. So we can now put more people here. So you want to keep all your people busy as much as you can. So we've got some more wood now. We're going to focus on the houses here because some more people have got sick. Build some more. Put the street back, otherwise we're not getting any coal. So our children have converted all that raw food into proper food now, so we are now out of raw food. So once we get our houses down, our next thing to focus on will be the hunters' huts. Everyone feels relieved with roof, even a flapping one over their head, so our hope is now rise. So we have kept our promise of providing shelter to people, so that will make our hope rise now. So we've got 20 more wood, so let's just get rid of this. So this is going to make it a big house, just to fill up this gap. So we'll put that there. We'll have to come down like this and then come here. So we now got another book of law. So I'm going to pick the corpse disposal, which means we'll have to build a snow pit. Our people won't like it, but there is a reason why I'm going down this route, so we will pick that. So you're gonna want to build this at the very back. I generally, so as you can see, there are some tiles that do appear. See them all around the edge. So these are like your infinite resource spots, except for this. This is for when you're building an outpost. We'll get onto that later on. Now I only ever build one outpost, and there is 2 that we can build. So I normally build this over here. It does say that we will lose that spot if we build it there, unless we dismantle the building later on. Well, that's perfectly fine. So yeah, I will build it here. And it does have to be connected to a street. So we're going to need quite a bit of wood. We're going to need like at least 25. We are going to have to build another home. So I will build it. It is outside of the heat area, but it's fine for a little while. Just as long as our people are in a home, because it is about to get cold. So we'll speed things up. We got some more, so we can now build the hunter's hut. Now, a hunter's hut, if you can see this, is base heating level 2. So you've got base level heating 1. So that hasn't even got one because it doesn't need heating. Homes are base level 1s. So that means that if I click on a building, see it's got different resistances to the cold. So with one, it can be near a heat source. Doesn't have to be near this generator, it has to be near a heat source. So this one here, for example, has lost 1 compared to these, which are maxed out because it's 1 away from the generator. So if I bring this up, so these are comfortable, but this isn't. This is livable. And these will probably become livable when this temperature drops hit, where this will probably become chilly. So in other words, what it's telling us is that it is okay to build this here on this outer bit, and it will also be okay when it gets colder. It doesn't need to be as close to a heat source, if that makes sense. So we'll put that there. And what we're going to want to build next is the workshop. So we will put what's the workshop? So see, the workshop also has a base level of 2 as well, so that it's okay to put it over here as well. Our wood over here is soon to run out. Our coal's doing alright. We've got some people back because they've been healed and those others have been put in. I hope it's low, but it's perfectly alright. It's only because of the decisions we made. We will get this back up, don't worry. So we're going to fast forward. So the snow pit is ready. Now we can dispose of the corpses, but that doesn't mean people are more content or hopeful. Dumping our dead in the snow is nothing to be proud of, and no, it's not. It's nothing. It is definitely nothing to be proud of. But there is a reason why I made that decision. So we've got the hunter's hut. We're going to want to put people in there. Basic resources secured for now. We can try to rescue the people we left behind. Build a beacon, scout the Frostlands, and save as many survivors from our expedition as possible. You'll need a workshop to design plans for the more advanced buildings, which is what we are working on right now. We're going to get people in here. Now, hunters' huts, they work from night time. So they'll work from 6 at night till 6 in the morning. And they'll go out and get food. So you can see here, there's a hunting team gathering now. We can fast forward it. You'll see them leave. There we go. So that's our hunting team on their way. So our workshop is now finished. This only takes engineers. So if you've got any engineers that are being used, you're going to want to take them out and put them in here. You want to use your workers for everything else. So now this, we'll also make this work a long time. So now this gives us our tech tree. Okay. First tab is heating. So we, like some of our first technologies here is a steam hub. So this is like a mini generator. Okay, and we can place these on the streets, on top of the streets, so we can heat up an area. We can also research into heaters, so we can put heaters in certain buildings which will increase their temperature by 1. Exploration, so beacon, so we will need to build a beacon. Resource gathering, so you've got like faster gathering. Coal thumpers is your first way of getting coal, so we can read it here. By pumping pressurized water into underground coal deposits, the coal thumper washes the precious resource to the surface, forming a pile up to 560 coal per standard workday, enough for 2 gathering posts. So I'll talk about that more later on. Your sawmill for your wood, steel works for your steel. Then we got food, health and shelter, so these are all your food upgrades or your food buildings, making your people heal quicker, as well as insulating your homes and better homes as well. Then these are your tiers, so you have to unlock each tier. You have to put resources into it. The first thing I'm going to work on will be the steam hubs. We need 10 wood. We're only 7 away. We won't get any just yet, but we will soon. So it's going to get colder now, so you'll see here. Make it fast forward. So there we go. It's getting colder now. So if I now click on this, you can see that our homes are chilly. This one in particular is cold. Now we do not want this, so what we can do, because it's only for a few days, you can click on your generator, and there is a button here called override. So the override will put stress on the generator, but it will increase our temperatures of the buildings around. Now obviously our generator is only working in this area, so these are going to be fine, but these ones out here are not. So that is why we are now going to research this. Got 5 more engineers. Now what you are going to want to do is build another one. And yes, these do stack. In terms of the research, they do stack. Let's see if we can build a street. Yep, it's only forward. We can now introduce another law. So, because we have gone down corpse disposal route, it has unlocked this branch here. The next one in here is organ transplant, and this is why I've gone down this route. We could use the body parts of our deceased to save lives and accelerate healing. This way the dead can continue contributing to the survival of our city. So we don't get any negatives from this. This is all a positive, this one. So our sick will recover faster because we can take the organs out of the frozen people and put them into our healthy people. So I will sign that.
Hear me. New law in the city.
So let's just speed things up here. So we've got some things going on. Let's see what's going on. A child got distracted at work and has been injured. The incident was not serious and happened entirely due to the child's carelessness. Now this, I know, is also a one-off. This will always happen on your first child building that you do. So we've got options here. We can give this kid a day off, so the child will not work for 24 hours. Hope will rise slightly because it is a nice thing to do. Or we can tell the kid off, which will make our hope fall because it is a mean thing to do. We'll give the kid off a day off. So the kids had a day off. It doesn't matter. There are some more kids, so we can put more kids in there. Something's happened over here. A woman came forward after we built the workshop. She said that her husband and daughter didn't reach the city with the main group, but she's sure they're still out there. She wants to join the first scout team we'll send out. She urges you to hurry. So yeah, she's pretty much just saying hurry up and build the beacon, pretty much. So we'll fast forward here again. So these coals over here have now been depleted, and you can see here that this building is no longer doing anything because it can't see any of the resources. So what we're going to do, we're going to dismantle this building, which will give us half the resources back, so we are going to want to do that. We will also get rid of the road, but we'll leave that middle bit there, that this section here. And we're going to want to find another coal pile, which is just up here. So we've recycled the resources and we're now putting them back to use again just over here. Yeah, should be able to build it just there. Get a road down. So I didn't. We'll do it the other way. Build it from here and go up. Now, this is now built. So you can see at the moment it says 2 hours, but the moment I put some people in there, we'll extend it as well. Wait for the people to get in there. It'll probably finish before they even get in there. It does lower the time. So we'll pause the game here. So we've now got a new building, which is the Steam Hub. So Steam Hub, it does cost 20 steel to build these, but like I said, these act as like a mini generator. So you can see at the moment this house here and these buildings here are not being warmed by this. When I put these near them, it does highlights them. So it's telling us that these buildings will be warmed. So we're going to put that right there. There's another resource building here that is now out. So we will move that as well. So that when this is built, these will now be heated. Is there anything else? I mean, we should really heat the gathering posts as well, because they're currently cold. So that is giving us our people a bit of a chance of getting ill. But for now, it's okay because we're not going to build many. So we can now do another research, and we will now do the beacon. We'll do the same with this. We're going to dismantle it. We're going to take the road away. I'll leave that bit there. That's fine. And this is the last pile over here. So yeah, we'll build it there. I'll have this road come out like this and then come up here. So where are all our people? They are on their way. So at the moment, right, if I go back on here. So it says on here, normally it's 7 hours to do this research. Where if our people hurry up and get in this building.
End of shift. Go rest all you can.
Ah, this has been built, so we'll put people back in there. There we go. Oh, it's the end of the day now, but this is quicker. I generally build 4 of these, so our research is quite quick. Now that our Steam Hub is up and running, you can see that this is all warm now. This home is now heated as well now. These are nice and comfortable. The Steam Hubs do get the boost as well when you turn on the override as well. And the one thing that you can now see is the stress level of the furnace. So you don't want it to go all the way to the top. If it goes to the top, the generator will explode and it is the end of the game. You will have to start again. So let's just check our things here. So we are still not making enough enough food. So we will have to sort that out. In terms of our coal consumption, it is perfectly fine. So what we need to really focus on now is obviously food. The only problem is that we don't have a lot of people at the moment because they are still kind of gathering resources. But what we can always do is just take them off of that one because we're not really in desperate need for this. We are in desperate need of food right now. Just seeing if there's a better place for this, but it doesn't look like it, so we will build it here. So what I'll do, I will take the people off of this. This is just ready. This is ready for when these resources here run out. So we'll put our people in there. We are one short because we ain't got enough. So something's going on here. Let's have a look. So a mother has refused to let her daughter go to work. So it's probably that same child that got hurt earlier. Afraid she'll get injured. We could look the other way this time. but others might see it as unfair. So our options are we can either let her have another day off, which again will make hope rise, or we can make an exception, but nothing bad will happen. See, that like literally says nothing will happen, but we will give the child the extra day off. So again, another one here has gone down, but it's fine. Just put a child in there. So our people are going to feel the cold for a little bit, but the main goal that we have achieved is that they haven't gone through it for a long period of time, which has helped keep our sickness down. So we've only got 3 people being treated. One is on their way to the health centre. In terms of our food, we have probably closed the gap a little bit, but we will make we will sort that out. Once we get the beacon up, we will sort that out. So our generator here is getting quite high in the 95%, so I am going to now turn it off. And as you can see, things are chilly. I'd say chilly is okay. Like if you look up the top here, as long as you're in one of these 3 heat zones here, it's fine. Cold, like these are cold. So I am considering putting steam hubs here. And we have now finished the research as well for the beacon. Now, beacon doesn't need to be heated, so you can put it anywhere. Well, I could put it here if I really wanted to. But seeing as we're building it out this way, I will probably put it around here somewhere maybe. Or then again, I could probably put it up here, because we probably will end up going that way. Yeah, we are going to end up going that way as well. See, this is what I mean by you need to think. This is always going to be here, so, and we don't need it heated either. Yeah, I'm going to build it there. We'll go out this way. I'm also going to put a steam hub here. I'll put it there. That should be fine. We do have some more research. So I'm going to get the hunter's gear, because our food is currently a problem for us. So by getting the hunter's gear, it will provide up to 24 food instead of 15 per hunt. So that's a benefit for us. So we'll get that going. So as you can see here, now it says 5 hours. So I can show you that building more is more effective. It does say there as well, research rate is 130%. Make sure the generator's cooling down, and it is. So we'll speed things up again. We should have. Are they? They were probably children that got sick then. So it's just letting us know that this here is gone. That's fine. So a woman in despair. A woman is sitting in the snow pit holding her dead husband's hand, crying her heart out. Perhaps she should have agreed to give people proper burials after all. So in other words, this lady's just sad that her husband wasn't properly buried. We can even make an exception to bury him, but discontent will rise slightly. Or we can say I did what I had to do, which will make hope fall slightly. And to be honest, I had to do it. Because if I didn't do it, we wouldn't have the organ transplant to make our people better, quicker. So I generally do pick that. Our hope's quite high anyway, so I'm not worried about it. So we've now got the hunters research, so let's just see if that's made. So there we go, we've completely closed the gap. We're not gaining though, that's the only thing, we're not gaining, so our people are still going to get hungry, but that is fine. We will sort that out. About to get warmer soon. I believe our coal income is actually now getting lower. So this is probably because of the steam hubs that I've built. So steam hubs do require coal as well, but we have stockpiled enough coal to actually keep this going. So it's perfectly fine. We can get another research now, and I'm now going to get the coal thumpers. Main reason is our coal piles are running out, so we do need to make sure, because we need to think ahead in this game, so we do need to make sure that we have plans ahead. So my plan right now is to make sure that this building, we are able to build this building before our coal pile runs out. And yeah, pretty much just waiting for things to be built, waiting for this to be built. So they will build, because we've allocated most of our people to working, they will build the buildings at the end of their work shift. So you will see people come up here now and they will build those. There they are, they're on their way. Introduce the new law. So if we was to look down this tree, life springs from death. The dead will give us their last gift. Their bodies will be used to fertilise the soil in hothouses. So hothouses is like very large greenhouses, so they'll grow vegetables in there. Pretty much this makes them more effective by using the dead bodies as fertiliser. This isn't one I'll sign, as we don't even have hothouses. If we was to go back to here, we could make children work in all workplaces, so this includes mines and things like that. They will come at high risk of getting hurt. I generally don't sign this because I don't really want them working in there. I will only make the children work in the safe places, which is the cookhouses and the hothouses. Yeah, cookhouses and the hothouses. So I'm going to go down this way, which is like the treatment. So the first side is radical treatment. We'll try everything to cure the gravely ill. So gravely ill is someone that has become really, really, really sick. They're so sick that our medical centres are not able to heal them. And they are taken up a bed because we can't heal them. So if we was to go down this route, the gravely ill will be treated in the medical post, so they will give them a chance. Hope will rise, but there is a 30% of the gravely ill treated will be left as amputees. So in other words, they might lose a limb. Discontent will rise slightly. If they lose a limb, they are still kind of useless until you get a workshop to make prosthetics, and then they can then go back to work. The other side is sustain life. We can't cure the gravely ill, but we can at least keep them alive. We won't risk dangerous amputations with radical treatment. So down this route, we will they'll be kept alive in a medical post. Hope will still rise. Discontent will rise slightly as well. They will not be treated. They will remain a burden, so they will stay in our medical post. But if we look down here, the next one is care house. Now care house will move the gravely out of our medical posts and into the care house. So we will sign this one. Now at the moment we don't have any gravely ill because we've been looking after our people. We've made sure that they are warm. They're currently not warm at the moment, but everything's chilly. Nothing's cold. Everything's chilly. So they won't get gravely ill because they are like, they're just shivering kind of thing. You know, they're not dying of cold. We're about to get a temperature boost as well. So let's build this. Let's keep going. So we're no longer lost and blind. From now on, our people will be able to survey the icy barrens that surround us, the Frostlands. So this is the Frostlands. Dark, gloomy, cold. And as you can see, there are places that we can visit. We are going to have to build a scout, which costs us 40 wood and 5 people, which at the moment we don't have any. So it'll be the case of you need to make a decision. Where do I take them from? But I will leave that going to pause. Make sure there. I'll pause the game. I'm going to leave this here for the next episode. So if you are enjoying this right now, then please come back for the next episode. And thank you for watching. If there is anything I can improve on, then please leave me a comment down below. And thank you and have a great day.